Insta360 just dropped a new firmware version for their Mic Air, promising optimized audio quality. So let's check it out. If you've been following the channel, you'll know that I have not been overly impressed with the new Insta360 Mic Air. Although the audio quality is pretty reasonable, my main issue is with signal stability, which pretty much makes it unusable at a distance much beyond 10 meters. Well, now there is a new firmware for the Mic Air version 10020, which is tagged as a major release update recommended. And in addition to adding dual mic support if you have the Mic Air receiver, it also promises optimized audio quality enhancement. So I figured let's go ahead and update my Mic Air and do a direct comparison against the results I got earlier. So there's a lot to cover, so as usual I'll place the chapters up here and on the video timeline. But first, this. Before we continue with today's video, a quick disclaimer: this video is not sponsored, paid for, or influenced in any way. I purchased all of the equipment with my own money and the opinions are entirely my own. Now, I do include links to the featured products as well as my recording equipment. These may appear throughout the video and in the video description. If you purchase using these links, I may make a commission, and this is what helps fund the channel, but rest assured there is no price disadvantage to you. You are getting the best price I can find. Alternatively, if you want to support the channel, you could follow this link and buy me a coffee. And of course, if you enjoyed today's video, please remember to hit the like button and consider subscribing to the channel for a lot more similar content. So back to the video. Updating the Mic Air is done using the Insta360 app. The first thing we need to do is place the Mic Air into pairing mode. The way we do that, with the Mic Air powered off, we hold down the button for 6 seconds and you'll see that the light begins to flash rapidly, indicating that it is now in pairing mode. Next, we're going to open up the Insta360 app, tap the Me icon at the bottom right, and scroll down to Accessory Settings. As long as your Mic Air is still in pairing mode, it will show up in the search results. Simply tap on it, and if a new version is available, it will show up here. And it's simply a case of following the prompts to complete the update. If your Mic Air is already updated to the newest version, that version number will be shown here. So for our comparison, we're going to do 3 tests. We're going to start out with an indoor audio quality test, followed by an outdoor audio quality test, and then a range and stability test. For each one, I will play 2 clips, one recorded before the update and the other one recorded after the update, and let's see how they compare. And now we are using the new Insta360 Mic Air. Now this is a direct wireless connection to the X5, but supposedly it gives you much better quality than a standard Bluetooth connection. But what do you think? How does the audio quality compare now on the Mic Air compared to the other connection types? So that was the Mic Air prior to the update. Now you are listening to the exact same Mic Air transmitter now after updating to version 10020. How is the audio quality? How does it compare to the sound prior to the update, or is there any difference at all? So yesterday we had no issues at short distance. I was able to turn my back to the camera. There were no signal drops at all. And obviously I don't expect that to be any different today. Let's see how far away we can get from the camera before we start to experience any issues. Okay, and now with the new firmware. So once again, this is the same Mic Air, the same X5. The only difference is that I have updated to the newest firmware version. How is the audio quality? How does it compare to the audio quality before the update? Now at this short distance, I did not have any issues previously with the Mic Air, but let's just do a quick test. If I turn away from the camera, turn my back from the camera, hopefully you can still hear me okay without any interruptions. Now where I did have problems, of course, is when I got a bit further away from the camera, so let's take a walk. Okay, let's start out fairly easy. So I'm around about 25 feet, around 8 meters away from the camera. Hopefully you can still hear me okay without any signal interruptions. Let's see what happens if I turn my back to the camera. Are you still able to hear me okay? Are you noticing any signal dropouts at all? Okay, let's take this a little further. And now we are at 50 feet away from the camera. We already started to have some issues yesterday. No idea how this is going to turn out today. Hopefully you still hear me okay. Let me also, if this time you are able to hear my voice without any problem. Okay, now 50 feet away from the camera with the new firmware version installed. How is the audio quality? Okay, so my first test was a bit of a failure. I got 50 feet away from the camera, and as you probably noticed, there was no sound at all. We lost the microphone connection completely. So I'm going to try a bit of an easier test. I'm going to slowly back away from the camera to about 25 feet. We'll do the test there. Then I will slowly back away again to 50 feet and we'll repeat the test at that point. So I'm going to back slowly away from the camera. I'm going to continue to talk while I do so. Hopefully there are no signal interruptions. Once I get to about the 25-foot mark, which is around about here, hopefully you should still be able to hear me just fine without any signal interruptions. Let's do our obstruction test. I'll turn away from. Okay, so hopefully you're still able to hear me okay. Back away a little bit further, so I'm going to go to the 50-foot mark and I'm going to continue talking as I do so. So now I am 50 feet away from the camera again. So let's start out with the positive stuff here. Now I've listened to these clips multiple times now over headphones and over speakers, and I have to concede that, in my opinion at least, the engineers at Insta360 have indeed been able to slightly improve the audio quality of the Mic Air. It's not a huge difference, but it is noticeable. But apart from that, guys, what the are you thinking? As I said at the beginning, so far I've been pretty underwhelmed with the performance of the Mic Air, but I have to say, overall, after this last firmware update, it's actually worse. Yes, they managed to slightly improve on the audio quality, but you have to keep in mind that the whole point of a wireless microphone is that it allows you to move away from the camera and still have your voice on the soundtrack. Before the update, I didn't trust the Mic Air beyond around about 10 meters. Now, following the update, it's even less than that. And frankly, all that it takes is for somebody to walk across your path while you are recording, and that's it, your audio is gone. What makes this so frustrating is that Insta360 is a high-tech company and obviously has very talented engineers, and giving us something as simple as a working wireless microphone solution should be so simple. And it just brings me back to a point I made in a previous video that apparently Insta360 doesn't consider audio to be important. And personally, I think they will begin to regret this decision if DJI launches its 360 camera later this year as expected. So that wraps it up for another video. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed today's video, please remember to hit that like button and consider subscribing to the channel for a lot more similar content. If you have any questions, any comments, if you want to share your experience or make suggestions for future videos, please drop those into the comments section. Otherwise, thanks again for watching.